All right, now we're moving into the visual motor activities. So what we're going to need for this activity today is a blank sheet of paper, a marker or a crayon, the color doesn't matter, a pencil, and a ruler or some sort of straight edge. Okay, and what we're going to do for today's activity is we are going to practice drawing straight lines, and we're going to use that ruler to do it. So let me adjust my camera so that you can see my workspace. All right, there we go. Just about right. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do, and this is for the student, but you have to decide if this is something that needs the parent or teacher to set it up. That'll be dependent on the student. But what I want you to do in the beginning is just go down and make dots every so often. Now, obviously, if you're using a crayon and not a marker, then you're going to go more like that so that you get the mark. But the same idea, okay? And then it doesn't have to be exact, but I want you to try to put similar number of dots on the other side. If you don't get it lined up right, that's okay. All right, and then we're going to just put a couple in the middle here. All right, so you got dots all over your page on the edges. Okay. Now, this is going to be a good activity for your student to practice using two hands to do an activity, and also working on making horizontal and vertical lines. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have them put their ruler right at the top of the dot, and then use their pencil and just draw a straight line across. Now, what will happen probably the first few times they do it is when they start doing this, they're going to push the ruler out of the way. They're going to learn, see how I'm holding on one side? They may not be strong enough to hold it in place right there, so they may have to learn as they do the next one to come somewhere towards the middle. All right, and then you make your line. And it'll be straight unless your ruler shifts, so that's kind of the feedback you get about it. You can use your pencil, or you can use a crayon to do this part. Crayon's going to give you more resistance and therefore more feedback. But we're working on just making straight lines all the way across, okay? It's really a very simple activity. All right, once you've done all of these, I'm just going to kind of skip down because I think I've shown you some horizontal lines. I'm going to just skip on down, and now we're gonna go with the horizontal. With the vertical line. So we're going to go top to bottom. All right. So you can start at this dot, you can go down to this dot, and then start on this dot and go down to this dot. Now, that can be the complete activity. And I would recommend that you not do too much more the first time you do this. But you could also add in, a coloring component where they can work on coloring in the squares. And what that'll do is that'll help them work on their boundaries even more. So they're trying to stay within one of these boxes. Switch colors, go to another one like that. And you may not want to have as many dots as I have, especially if you're going to color it in. If you're going to color it in, you might want to just have, maybe 4 dots down, because it will take a long time to get all those things colored in. But you can also carry your activities over. You can also carry your activities over to another day. There's no rule that says you have to end the activity on the day that you start it. So if you want to start on this activity and you feel like it would be good if we continued this one for another session. You just make that your visual motor activity as part of this program that we're doing. All right? Well, that's it for today. You guys take care.